So I was walking at work today when I turn and I see a broken bolt. It holds in these two brackets right here, and as you can see, they are very loose. So to fix that, first we need to take off this cover. There's two bolts. Let's get this off and move it aside. Now we need to remove these pin deflectors. These are responsible for deflecting the pins into the pin elevator. 2 bolts each. Alright, let's move this aside. Now we need to undo these nuts. Let's get all of this off. Now same thing over here. Let's get all this off. Now we need to take off these belts. Now that we have all that removed, you can really see how loose that is. And now we also have a lot more room. So let's get our bolt. Let's stick it in back here. Now I'm just going to use this wrench to turn the bolt and use the threads of the bolt to get the bolt to feed its way through the hole. Let's get a nut on the other side. Now I can get a wrench back here to hold the nut while I turn the bolt. Now you can see they are a lot tighter. That's good. Now we can put it back together. So let's get this bolt through. Oh, my hand. Okay, now let's get all of this stuff back on right here. Get this nut started. Now let's do the same thing to this side. Now we can get our belt up here and get it down here. Watch me struggle a little bit. There we go. Now this belt up here. And let's get it around down here. Good. And this is what it looks like so far. Let's get these tightened just a little bit. Now we gotta put the pin deflectors back on. 1 bolt. 2 bolt. Now that we have this side done, we can put it in diagnostic mode. And that will just turn on all the motors. That way we can readjust the band. Since we pulled it all apart, the band is now going to run all the way to the right. And you can see it's getting really close to the bolt, and we don't want that. So we have to tighten this nut in order to get it to move more to the left. Just keep on making little adjustments, and we have to wait in between to make sure we didn't over adjust. Alright, we'll let that run for a little bit and we'll start on this side. Let's get this pin deflector back on before we turn it on. 1 bolt, 2 bolt. Now get this on, and we adjust this side just the same. Come back over here, make a little bit of a adjustment, and do the same thing over here. Tiny adjustment, and that process is just repeated until they're both centered. Now we can put on our locking nut. And use 2 wrenches to lock them in place. Finally, we can get our cover back on. And there's 2 bolts for this as well. And that's it.